All right, what up, though? Let's do a mic check. All right, what up, though? Let's do a mic check. Okay, we are good to go. What's up, everybody? I need to change that date. Welcome to Detroit Lions Weekly, the last one of the off season, pretty much. Then we will be back for training camp. Let me shout everybody out in the comment section. Let me pop out the chat real quick. We got Steven, what's up? Desmond Dukes, what up, what up? Anna D, appreciate the membership. Drake Holmes, what's up, what's up? What's up? What is that? Torrentrius Afar, what up, what up? D-Mac in the building. God Monkey, what up, though? What's up, man? Mailed it off to you yesterday. It said by Saturday. I suspect you'll get it tomorrow. Shout out to UPS. Appreciate the donation, my friend. Robert Jones says, what's up, Derek? I'm watching on the assembly line. Well, you better get your eyes back on the line, brother. I appreciate that. Fave in the building. What up, what up? MP says, bear down. Says, Steven says, Derek, I look forward to your videos over First Take. That's what's up, man. I appreciate that. So we are at the final day of Detroit Lion OTA, and I don't know. It's weird because it seems like it's earlier than it was last year, but I think it was later. And then we've got about 5 to 6 weeks before anything major happens. Training camp, still no word on when training camp is going to happen. Hopefully it's before the Hall of Fame game, but I feel like because the preseason will be after that. So I'm thinking maybe mid to late July is when training camp will come. So I'm assuming we should get some type of word very soon because remember, we have to get in line to get some tickets. So we got a couple things to talk about today. Frank Ragnow told the team that he was going to retire or he was thinking about it. So the contract dispute was not really a thing. Dan Campbell called it disrespectful. So I wonder, Dave Briquette. So Dave Briquette is like he's kind of like the most trustworthy, not the most trustworthy because I don't want to disrespect the other gentleman, but he's like the head Detroit Free Press guy. And when he's in the room, people usually let him talk. And he's the one that put out that Frank Ragnow was upset with his contract situation. And now people are starting to question whether that was true or not. So we got to deal with that. But Frank Ragnow, I guess Dan Campbell had already let him know, like, yo, I'm probably going to retire. And he did. Malcolm Rodriguez is not going to start the season. So we're going to be down 2 defenders with Aleem McNeil and Malcolm Rodriguez. What does this mean for Alex Anzalone? Speaking of Alex Anzalone, he is not anywhere. He's not anywhere. That contract situation, I do believe, is weird. And my beard is touching the mic. Your beard's weird. Wow, might have to clip this because it's extra long down here and it's touching the microphone. And also, it was something else I wanted to talk about. Alex Anzalone. Oh, I'm thinking about this, and I know it's not going to happen, but I think we got to start. The longer this goes on, we got to entertain Trey Hendrickson. Brad Holmes, what I realized is that Brad and Dan, they talk, but Dan is like, yo, let me coach the team. Your job is to put it together. Talk to me if you find somebody. So I want to know if Brad is working on the phones to try to get Trey Hendrickson here. But we got, offensive line is going to be, a lot of people think it's going to be the same. I don't think it will be. But what we're going to do today is we are going to do some question and answer. You guys got anything you want to talk about, let me know. We'll be doing videos throughout the break. Countdown to camp, we did that last year. I'm going to move the location of that. That's going to go on Lions Syndicate Film Room. Lions Syndicate Film Room. I'm going really hard in the paint. If you guys don't know, I just completed I started doing YouTube full time in November. So it's been November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So I just completed month 7 doing YouTube full time, and I'm about to go even harder now that the summer is here. We're going to come back with Syndicate Sports Detroit. We have a person that is going to be joining the team on July 1st. You know him very well. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but he'll be doing 1 show a week. And we're going to go hard, man, to expand the brand. You guys know that merchandise will be dropping on the 1st of July. I'm actually going to order some samples. Once I get the feedback from those, then I'll probably make the site give members a special early access, and then we'll go from there. I'm excited about where the brand is going in 2025 and beyond. Now we just got to get to a Super Bowl. What's up, Aaron? How you doing, man? Listening while working out at Planet Fitness. That's what's up, man. I used to love Planet Fitness. Only thing is when you kind of size out of Planet Fitness. When I was going, they didn't have enough free weights for me, man. Dig the logo on the shirt. Appreciate that, D-Mac. I appreciate that, man. This one is actually not, I haven't mocked up this one yet, but yeah, this one will probably be mocked up very soon. Lions Live 365 says never gonna let Trey go. You know what, bro? The Bengals are so dirty. They're so dirty. And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like you're right, but at the same time, they got to be smart. And that could explain why they've never also won a Super Bowl. 3 times, three failed attempts. But hey, man, so let me know when you start your channel. What's up, Ryan? What is going on, man? Says I need a direct like to sign up as member, bro. Apple users do not have a direct way to do this unless you post a link. Okay, so it's weird because I have Apple as well. Some YouTube channels have the join button on their channel. I don't know why and how you get it, but I don't have access to that. I've seen bigger channels that have access to the join button. Ryan, it's in my description, bro. As a matter of fact, it is the first link in my description. Zadarius got an A-Rod team. Yeah, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, Kirby Joseph will have an opportunity to pick off another pass from Aaron Rodgers as he has officially, after, I mean, what are we talking about, bro? Where are we at? 3-4 months? He officially signed with the Steelers. I think that's going to be a disaster. Aaron Rodgers has never had a black head coach. Is that correct? Aaron Glenn officially was not it. You see what happened there. Mike Tomlin, the Steelers really wanted him. I don't think that's going to work out at all, but we're going to see about that. Not that necessarily that they're black, but the way that they coach. Talk about Big Z and what our O-line has to do to stay similar, dominant, or better. What's up, Go Lions? Did you see the St. Brown knee surgery? Yes, I saw that. I'll probably be talking about that later. That would explain why he has not been at OTAs. My girl's mom knew Melvin Jenkins. That's what's up. What did you take from Dan Campbell's press conference today, Derek? So what I took from it was he's ready for some ball. He's ready for some ball. That's what I took from it. He valued Frank Ragnow. Nobody can really say or talk bad about him, and he's ready to play. He's ready to coach. That's what I took. He said something about the center position that he was excited about, like them duking it out to see who's going to start. And I thought, Dan Campbell, man, he is a unique guy. He really is. He loves competition. He loved that week 18 matchup with the 2-14-2 teams. Like, he loves this type. 4th down. That would explain why he goes for it all the time. He loves this type of stuff. Yeah, so Ryan, all you got to do, bro, is are you on your cell phone? Ryan, are you on your cell phone? Watch this. Okay, literally pull it down in the description. The first link you're going to see is join this channel to gain access to perks. You're going to click on that, bro. It's going to open up another window. You click on whatever your browser is, and it'll take you to the member sign-up screen. Campbell is going to keep a winning team in Detroit for as long as he's here. So I wanted to talk to y'all, man, because we have to get, you said Gibbs. What's going on? Okay, so we got to talk and let's have a conversation. So there's been a lot of people talking about the Detroit Lions and what they're going to do this year. And I think we have to be realistic and talk about a possible regression. And I think that it's going to be hard to live up to the past 2 years. 2 years ago, we're 12-5. We get to the NFC Championship game. Last year, we're 15-2. We don't make it past the divisional round. There's a lot of expectations for this year for the Detroit Lions. Schedule is tougher. Team is different. There's Frank Ragnow is retired. Like, there's a lot of expectations. And what I want to talk about just briefly, or it can be the whole show, because this is kind of like, we'll have plenty of time to talk about this as the offseason goes on and as we wait on training camp. What are your expectations? Like, what do you expect? What is the minimum you're willing to accept? Because we have to talk about things getting a little dicey after this season. They're going to get sticky after this season. Ryan in the building. Appreciate the membership, my man. Let me see. Ryan, y'all a blessing to have in Michigan. Yeah, Ryan, man, with the storm chasing and stuff, that's crazy. Go Lions says 15 wins is unsustainable. That is true. I don't think they're going to have 15 wins. We were just slaughtering folks last year, but I don't even care about 15 wins. Like we've been there, done that. First seed, home field advantage. It didn't matter. For me, it is now getting to our first Super Bowl. That's all I care about. And I think that we're going to have a conversation about the shakeup that's going to happen after the 2025 season. There's going to be some changes. And I'm not talking about in the upper management, but something has to give. When you build a team that is good as Brad Holmes has done, minus the pass rush, you're going to have to pay the piper eventually. And that means either A, actually paying, or paying by losing talent. You're going to have to wind up paying somebody down the line. Lions 365 says, do I believe in Manu? I can't believe in somebody I haven't really seen. We're looking amazing in OTAs. I don't see regression at all. Okay, Steve, so what do you see? What do you see? Let me see. Definitely defense has to be a priority. Planning on going to Panthers watch party on Sunday. Yes, I wanted to put that out there. There will be a Panthers watch party in Troy at DraftKings Sports and Social. I am probably going to get there knowing we putting the word out, maybe 1:30. I'll try to get there. This is the Michigan Panthers versus the Birmingham Stallions. They have not beaten the Birmingham Stallions. They're trying to four-peat, and the Michigan Panthers could not only stop them from doing that, but beat them and go to their second consecutive UFL championship. Remember, they were there last year. Go Lions says, I like a third straight division title. I would love that, man. There's a difference between regression and tough schedule. I think we are better this year. We are still young, and no ones have ever had their best year. Okay, so I agree with that, but the big picture, though, bro, is very simple, right? So we need to get to the Super Bowl. That's it. That's it. Every team, every year. So Brad Holmes, he takes this team from the mud, from Matt Patricia, worst coach of all time, builds it up. And now in year 3, your NFC Championship game. Year 4, you're 15-2, first seed, number 1 offense in the league. I think we can regress a lot. And I think by default, we're going to regress. Are we going to have the number 1 offense in the league? But I don't think any of that matters. You know what I think matters? Defense. Our defense has to be up enough for us to win a championship. If it's not, it's not going to matter. I truly believe that. Our offense was number 1. I mean, we are putting 40, 50 points on people, but we couldn't stop anybody in between the 20s. We got to get this defense right. Just a little side note. So we're going to, again, I talked about this before, but Syndicate Sports Detroit will be back. I'll be making videos over there, and that's why I brought up me doing YouTube for a time. Right now, I'm a one-man show. It is super tiring. It's very tiring. I'm getting kind of worn out, but I am determined to raise the bar in Detroit. So we'll be back there. We might launch July 1st, or relaunch, I should say, or we'll definitely be back for training camp in the season. We'll be live over there Monday, Wednesday, Friday until further notice. And Syndicate Sports Lions Film Room, that's going to pick back up. And yeah, man, the merchandise I'm super excited about. We head to the Super Bowl since it builds us through the season. So we expect for us to win more playoff games when we make it. What's up, Miss D's? What's going on? Denzel, let me see. Wait a minute. Is back as a member, man. I appreciate you. Says, I back as member, but I don't care. Our defense, I just won a championship. Yeah, me too. 38 points to a rookie QB is nuts. Goff can't score for the other team either. I don't know, man. We haven't talked about Goff in a while. Do you think we can win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff? I need to write this stuff down because I'm gonna need something to talk about during the season. Do you guys think we can win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff? He's been under a lot of heat recently. Dan Campbell from his press conference felt like he is locked in. Dez, I think he is, man. Williams, Laporta, Gibbs, Goff, Branch, Hutch, Campbell, Arnold, to name a few, would be better this year than last year. Marcus, you mean on defense? Absolutely. Yes, we can. I believe we can as well, but he's been catching a lot of heat. I am a little nervous about him having a baby. It just seems like statistically, when these guys have babies, man, they don't play well at first. So I'm a little nervous about that. But I think we can. I know we can win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff. And I feel like if we don't, they're going to attack him, right? But our defense has been subpar. I know what you guys are going to say. We had this, the defense, we were hurt. The defense have been subpar. And it starts at the defensive line. It starts at the defensive line. So I wanted to talk about this, and I didn't really have time. Bro, I'm literally getting like my hair is super, like down here, it's kind of long. It's crazy. It's probably about 2 to 3 inches. You can't tell because it's curled up, but yeah. So I had somebody tell me last week about Zadarius Smith, and I made a video about it. I kind of was dancing around it. But Zadarius Smith, he wants to come back to Detroit, but there's an issue. There's an issue, and I think that it's worth talking about. I do think it's worth talking about. Maybe I'll make a video about that later. But at this point, I would love to have anybody on the team. Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, let's talk about, I need to write this down. I need to write this down because I think that we have a real good chance of signing a player. I mean, Trey Hendrickson, right? That's a pipe dream. But I think Zadarius Smith, if the Lions are going to have to do some real heavy leg work to bring him back, but I think it's a real possibility that we could see somebody added to the defensive line because of what Dan Campbell said in his press conference today, specifically about Ahmad Hassanin. Yes, he has been there once already. He can dream about it. Super Bowl was right there. It was right there for us 2 years in a row. It was so close. Speaking of that, Steve, well, not about the Super Bowl. So check this out, bro. You ready? So beginning Monday, it's either Sunday. Well, Sunday is probably Monday. Beginning Monday, bro. No meat, all fruits, vegetables, nuts, things like that. Nothing cooked, even nothing heated. So I'm going to do almonds. I bought a couple, like a bag of walnuts to have a little bit of. And so, yeah. So for 20 days, man, I'm going to try that. I'm going to see where it gets me. A little trim job. Yeah, you know what, D-Mac? Yeah. I know. I kind of like this growing a little long, but, yeah, it's kind of crazy. You said meat? You said eat meat or no meat? I just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, Lions Live 365 says Judon, Vaughn, or Big Z. We can win with Goff. We just need our defense to step up. If you don't eat enough meat, Derek, your meat won't. Oh. Yes. Oh, okay. You know what, bro? Hey, that's the show. That's the show. And as always, go Lions. What the heck, bro? I can't believe I read that, bro. What the heck, man? Oh, my goodness. Man. See, you know what? If I would have known you was going to say that, I wouldn't have said anything. Oh, my God. Man, I'm gonna have to edit that out, bro. That's crazy. You know what's crazy? I don't want to say, but the pamphlet I was reading, yeah, it did say, this is a family channel, though. That'd be for the After Dark segment. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, let's get back to the show. It says Goff is in his prime for a pocket QB. 30 to 37 is when all pocket QBs, not named Brady, had their best statistical seasons. Lions Lives 365 says, please tell me Vildor is not on the team anymore. Lions Live 365. Okay, let me give you a little pointer, bro. If you're going to start covering the Lions, you got to be on it. Like, you got to be on it, bro. I'm not like 100% on it. I'm like 98% on it. There are things that I miss. He is not on the team anymore. I forgot where he went, but he is. Khalil Dorsey is, but Kendall Vildor is not on the team anymore. Tap into everything Lions, bro. Everything on Twitter, everything on Google. Like, just tap in. Keep your ear to the ground. It's all good, bro. It's all good. Hey, I can deal with that for 20 days. I can deal with that for 20 days. But day 21, it's on and popping. Oh, man. Buccaneers. Vildor is a Buccaneer. Okay, he's with the Bucs. Instagram, has good sports coverage. Yes, I'm trying to get on there as well. He is in New Orleans. Okay, everybody said Buccaneers, and somebody said somebody said he's with the Saints. He's with the Saints. But I think that based off what Dan Campbell said today in his press conference, he said that Ahmad was raw. He said he was raw and he got some growing to do. He did say he's not going to say he's super far off, but I feel like he's far off enough that we might, you got Davenport, who you can't trust. You got the raw rookie right there in the middle is Zadarius Smith. But Zadarius Smith, man, he is the reason that he's not back, meaning it's all up to him. It's 100% up to him. I'm going to blame the Lions as to their offer, but it's literally up to him. They offered him something. It's up to him. I know why he's not here, and to me, it makes sense. What's up, Rashard? Says, what would you do, Derek, if we won the Super Bowl? If already know your reaction will be priceless, but just curious. What will I do? You know what, man? I don't know. I probably would cry. I probably would cry, bro. Like, I would shed. It would probably be up there like, yeah, it would be a nice hearty cry. Not quite Son Was Born, but it'd be up there. It'd be like crocodile, massive tears, bro. It really would be. Let me see, says Vulture. I'm not sure if you agree, but I see our Super Bowl window slowly closing, already shut. I say screw it and go all in, get Hendrickson now that we have extra money from Ragnow retiring. Okay, all right. Okay, you know what, Camille? I saw your response yesterday on the video, and I want to say, like, my channel is a safe space for you being able to voice your opinion respectfully, right? And I think if you think the Lions window is closed, that's fine. If you think it's shutting, that's fine. Somebody used an illustration about there's more than one window in a house, and I see what they're trying to do. But we all know that the reality is you have to take every year as it comes. And I said this in my video yesterday, and we're going to see how this works out. Because at some point, you're going to have to call a spade a spade. Brad Holmes is planning to me, okay? He's done a fantastic job building this team from the mud. I mean, we were stripped from Matt Patricia, literally stripped the team that we had. He was supposed to take us over the hump. Instead, he tore us down to the studs. I mean, you couldn't even recognize the team by the time he was done. Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell had to work with that foundation and build off of that. And they had to gut. Our team in 2021 was trash. It was trash. Everybody, you can't even, like, Amon-Ra St. Brown took 10 games to come on. It was trash. We did not have Hutch. Our team was trash. We had Tyrell Williams was a receiver. He only played half a game. We had, our team was trash. So I want to give them credit. But at the same time, I think Brad Holmes is thinking too far ahead. He's thinking like Detroit Lions fans are. We're talking dynasty. You notice that he didn't say something this year that he said last year before the season began. And he still could say it, but right before the season starts. I think it's right before the season starts. Ken Dorsey or John Dorsey, whichever name it is, and Brad Holmes, they got in front of it. They had their final press conference. Brad Holmes said, what are your expectations this year? Super Bowl, right? He's already thinking dynasty too. And I think that could come back and bite him. I really do. I understand what he's trying to do, but he's going to run out of time. He had a 4-year contract, 4 or 5-year contract. He got extended when we went to the NFC Championship game. Now it's been a year, okay? He got 3 more seasons to get it done. But what happens this year if we don't make our Super Bowl? If we don't make the Super Bowl, what happens? Now you got 2 years. What happens then, right? Could Brad Holmes be in a situation that Jim Caldwell was in? And I made a great point yesterday, if I say so myself. Jim Caldwell drafted Taylor Decker. Matt Patricia drafted, and I'm only talking about the coaches here. Well, yeah, Matt Patricia's regime drafted Frank Ragnow, and Dan Campbell's regime drafted Penei Sewell. We had the left tackle, the center, and the right tackle, all drafted by 3 different regimes. Who's to say that the next regime, I'm not saying that I want that to happen. What I'm saying is, if you're not doing your job, could somebody be brought in to take us over the hump? I mean, we did it with Jim Caldwell. Why would we not do it with Brad Holmes? I mean, that's an honest question. Zadarius and Cash Dow have been busy running all over the city. I don't think he could stay focused. Well, he was dating her, Steve, when he was here, and he was doing his thing. So I think, because he's also been training. If you look on his IG, he's been training, bro. So I don't think she's a distraction at all. I can probably name 50% of the team in 2021. I can imagine the parade and people chatting Jared Goff as he hosts the Lombardi. If we win a Super Bowl with these Cowboy fans I live around, we will never hear the end of it. Every game for Detroit is a primetime matchup outside of the New York Giants game. I can't wait to watch get his first regular season Super Bowl MVP. Jared Goff is holding the Lombardi would be a dream come true for me. I love that guy, and I really hope he's the one that does it for us. You know what, Steve? I think he can, bro. We just got to get that defense going. That's why I'm so big on the unrealistic. Okay, let me ask y'all this. Do you wish that Brad Holmes was just a little bit more risky? I'm not talking about like break the team, mortgage the future risky. I mean, just a wee bit he is so conservative with certain things. I just wish he was a little bit more risky. Just a little bit, man. I mean, everything, Donovan Peoples-Jones, you got people, I mean, here it is. Okay, so think about this. Teams that have made power moves, sometimes they win Super Bowls, right? The Rams in 2021, they traded for Stafford. They traded for Von Miller. They signed Odell Beckham Jr. They go off and they win a Super Bowl. That's all we want. Then you've got the Philadelphia Eagles. Howie Roseman, Les Snead, tomato. He's taking Jalen Carter. He doesn't care. They win a Super Bowl, right? I thought about it today. I said, how devastating would it be if we won a Super Bowl in 2025, the year after Frank Ragnow retires? Like, I mean, it's so bad that people were comparing Frank Ragnow retiring to Jason Kelce. Jason Kelce retires. The next year, the Eagles win the Super Bowl. And they were just in the Super Bowl, right? Like, so I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that our window is open still, but I think it's shutting. I do. And the reason I believe that is because if you look at this team is going to change. It's going to change. It says, no, yeah. It says, no, yeah, I agree with you. I hope my opinions aren't too harsh. No, Kamel, you know, bro, I like your opinions. Because we live in a world now where you can't criticize the Detroit Lions. You cannot criticize. That's why, okay, first of all, I realize that they will never do anything with me. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm about the fan anyway. So if they wanted me to do something for them, which they never will ask, then I would want to be like, okay, well, how can I give back to the fans? How I want the fans to be part of this. But you can't criticize this current regime at all. So I like somebody who is going to say how they feel if it's not in line with what everybody else is feeling. Since I'm jumping in Lake Michigan if we win, man, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, I wish that we have given us a first championship. We are hungry. Brad won a champ in the 3-1-3. He not the type. Let me see. What do you say? He not in any type of rush. I do feel he should be a bit more risky. He's a bit too calculated. I agree with you. That's all I'm saying, Steve. That's all I'm saying, man. Just a little bit more, just a wee bit more. Maybe make a legit push for Trey Hendrickson, right? Because y'all see, okay, so Myles Garrett breaking the team. Max Crosby breaking the team. I think that Brad Holmes has shown that he can bring somebody in here of a massive contract and make it work. Now, eventually, something's like the bill always comes due. It's going to come due next year. You just wait and see. It's going to come due next year. The bill's going to come due. We got 5 people that Brad Holmes has to make a decision with. Jameson Williams, Jack Campbell, Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, and Brian Branch. He has to make 5 people in the same year. What do you do with Jameson Williams? He'll be on the last year of his deal. Oh, and Malcolm Rodriguez. Malcolm Rodriguez, who won't even play till November, maybe, is on the last year of his deal. Now, he's not going to break anything, but that's 6 people. That is 6 people that the Detroit Lions have to make a decision about. And don't forget, wait, we signed Derek Barnes to what, a 2-year deal? Something like that? So Alex Anzalone is waiting to be paid. So the bill always comes due. That's why I'm so hard on 2023. 2023 was our chance. It was our chance. And we blew it. I feel like we blew it, man. Derek, do you trust Tristan? So apparently his name is pronounced Cologne. To possibly be our new center. Sawyer, I might shock you. I do. Because he's going to be in competition with Graham and a rookie. And the fact that he started, 7 games last year, I think he has a legit shot to be a center, our starting center. Yeah. Dirty Money. What up, Doe? What's up, man? JJ McCarthy has been balling out in OTAs. Year 3 year, I think, 3 to 4. Instead of a clown suit, I bet for a bet, what do you think about a polar plunge? I don't know, man. I might get hypothermia and die. I don't know. I want to stay dry. I think the Lions will face some win-loss adversity, but will overcome it. Coach Campbell and solid QB play will get us to the playoffs. Okay, is anybody worried about Jared Goff with our new offensive line? Think about it. The middle of the offense. That means if you got, okay, check this out. If you got a stud defensive tackle, 2 of them, Jared better be ready for that spin move. He better be working on that spin move. You know what I would do? I would see if any of my friends had kids. If any of my friends had kids, I'm talking about like 4 or 5, between 5 and 10, I would invite them over with their parents, of course. We go in the backyard and I like put on a flag and I'm like, okay, we're going to play a game. I'm going to start backing up and pretend that I'm throwing the football. Your job is to grab this flag, right? And in every single play, I do the spin move. And I have to try to get away from some 7-year-olds but then he could hurt himself. But I'm low-key, I'm kind of terrified because our offensive line went from like top 3 to, I don't even know if it's top 10, y'all. Like we can't just act like Penei Sewell and Taylor Decker, who has lost many, many steps, is going to make this offensive line solid. Dan Campbell seems to be where he's secure. I mean, what is he going to say? What is he supposed to say? Yeah, we just lost one of the best centers in football. Like, we can't pretend like this is nothing. Camille says, I love Enzo, but I don't think we should pay him top dollar. I really wish we drafted Jahai Campbell. He would have been the perfect replacement and can play edge. So far, I'm at 5K on steps today, my man. Day 6, we don't quit. Hey, congratulations, bro. Congratulations. After this, I got to go to Sam's Club myself. So my dumb butt left some food out last night. And it was the hardest thing to do to throw it away. I was like, dog. Oh, my God. So right down the garbage disposal, man. I looked on the stove, and it was sitting right there. So I got to go and buy some more. And yeah, anyway. If the Lions win a Super Bowl this year, I would be happy, but I don't. But I would hurt for Frank Ragnow. Well, here's the thing, Aaron. I don't know if they can give one to Frank if he's not on the team. But I mean, if there's no law against it, they could. I would save one for Barry, Calvin, and now Frank. That's what I would do. I would be like, yo, we need at least 3 rings. And I would try to give one. If I'm being honest, I would try to give one with maybe if I had enough. Like if everybody was taken care of, everybody, and I had a couple left over, I would give one to Frank, Calvin, Barry. I would give one to Herman and Lomas Brown. I really would, man. I really would, because they're still involved with the organization. If you're a Lion that's involved with the organization and you've been through it, I would try to give you one. Whenever we don't sign someone who wants a bag, they just end up signing a cheaper deal with another team. You know what, Fave? And they don't do as well. It's like no matter what deal they sign, they don't do as well. Jamal Williams, right? It's crazy. Kenny Golladay took a bag. He's not even in the league anymore. So it's crazy. Can you believe that was one of Brad Holmes' first decisions was not to re-sign Kenny Golladay? It's been that long. Can you believe that? That is crazy. What's up, Will? What's good with you, man? Says, what's up, Derek? To be honest, Alex can get paid as well. We need a linebacker to fill his shoes. When he's not on the field, it was noticeable. I agree with you. So check this out. This is why Brad Holmes needs to be a little bit more risky. Okay, I need to write this down because these are going to be video ideas because it's about to get real slow in these Lion streets. All right, so check this out. Let's talk about it. Our current team, Anzalone, we just lost Frank Ragnow, right? Our interior offensive line is going to be vulnerable. It is. They're going to have to gel like crazy during the preseason and the training camp to really be top 3, top 5. If we're fortunate, our offensive line is top 10. That's just, I'm going to keep it a buck, bro. Frank Ragnow, we lost Frank, we lost Zeitler. So we got some growing to do, right? So let's move on. Malcolm Rodriguez, not going to play till midseason at best. Aleem McNeil, not going to play the midseason at best. Now, Dan Campbell believes we got people that, he said it today, next man up. He said it all last year. We went 15-2, but when it mattered, we couldn't really close the deal against Jaden Daniels. Because if we could have, we still could have won. Between Ben Johnson's play calling, getting away from the run, right, which is also Ben Johnson's play calling, just stupid stuff, and yes, Jared Goff's careless turnovers. We've got no Malcolm, no Aleem, okay? And next season, so after this season, we got 5 major players we got to make a decision about. 5 major players. I predict that there's no way we bring all 5 back. That eventually, now all 5 are on the team next year, but in 2027, there's no way all 5 return. Brian Branch, if you had to extend anybody next year, who are you doing it? Jahmyr Gibbs, you can check him off. He's going to be the highest paid running back in the league. So he's checked off. We talked about this several times. I think Jack Campbell's the odd man out, possibly Jamison Williams. But I think right now, a lot of people think Sam Laporta. You can't get rid of Sam Laporta. He's one of the best tight ends in the National Football League. He up there with Kittle and Kelsey. We can't get rid of him. So I think Jack Campbell's the odd man out. Right now, anyway, he still got time to ball out. So it's either going to be him or Jamison Williams. They're not back in 2027. But who do you think? What's up, D-Ray? Offensive line will be all right. We had to get younger anyways. Okay, BB, we'll be all right when? When will they be all right? This year? And what do you mean by all right? You mean like top 15, top 10, top 5? Like, what are we talking about here? So we lost Zeitler, the best center, if not one of the best in the league, and we going to be all right. Like, okay, all right meaning mediocre, or we going to be good, like 15-2? Like not letting Jared Goff, who is frazzled under pressure, get sacked. This whole nonchalant thing with our team, bro, it bugs me. It bugs me because we lost. Dan Campbell said it today. Like, this is a massive blow to this team. Frank retiring is a massive blow, and we gonna be all right? Like, come on, man. Are we being realistic? Dirty Money says, man, do we miss the playoffs this year? Ooh, we better not. We better not, because I'm going to tell you, that fire under Brad Holmes is going to be insane if we do. If we do. He got bailed out last season. He got bailed out by the injuries. I'm telling you, man, I've already predicted we're going into year 5. If we miss the playoffs or we don't get back to the NFC Championship game, the heat on him is going to begin to rise. I'm telling you right now. What's up, C Pool? Thank you for the donation, my friend. Says the Lions need to go all in this year. $60 million over the cap. Only 14 defensive players returning and only 2 picks in the top 100. Well, you know what? See, I know we were 40, just over 40. I don't know how much Frank created in cap space. I was thinking it was more 60 million, 50, but 60 is even better if that's the case. And yes, we can make it. I've gone over several different opportunities with Trey. If we got Trey, I had a daydream yesterday that Trey Hendrickson was in a Lions jersey. He was in a press conference, and it was breaking news that we signed Trey, that he was traded to the Detroit Lions. And we went live, and we had like 3,000 people in the chat, and it was insane. Like, I had a daydream that we traded for Trey Hendrickson. Detroit Sports, what up, though? What's up, man? Dark Saber says, don't be surprised if we draft a lineman in the first round. You know what, Saber? I'm not going to even bug on that, bro, because we going to need to. But we also need we also still need an edge rusher. We really do. What's up, Stat Pat? What's good with you, bro? Jack Campbell is our new Chris Billman. Okay, so you guys put it in the question. Put it in the comment section. Who is the odd man out? Okay, Rovin says what you might be missing is that 20 players on the roster will be going into years 1-3. Football as a team sport, not just about one guy. How am I missing that, Rovin? How am I missing that? What have I said to make you think I'm missing that? For some reason, I think Tate is going to take over the center's duty and perform well as a rookie. Well, D, I wouldn't mind. Yeah, man, I had a daydream, bro. What's up, Waymo? It annoys me because Brad made it clear he will never sign a top-tier pass rusher, and I just know all of these guys are sitting right there for us to easily get. Well, you know what, bro? Like I said, I've been saying it, and I'm one of the only YouTubers to say this. I mean, if you've heard anybody say it, let me know. It's not like I listen to a bunch of people. Who else is saying that Brad is feeling some pressure? Who else is going to tell you that? Nobody. We're 15-2. We just came off our best season of all time. Nobody's going to say that because they're scared. They're too scared to say it. I'm going to tell you that. He is already, right now, the fan base is, they're not as high as they were last year. If you can just look at the trajectory, right? So Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell's first year, we don't win a game for 11 weeks. We finally win a game. We finished the season 3-3-1 for a total record of 3-13-1. Pass. You were dealing with the leftovers from Matt Patricia. Okay, year one, done. Year two, you come out the gate abysmal. People are start looking at Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. Is this the right regime? All of a sudden, we go 8-2 over our last 10 games, and we almost make the playoffs. So now we're going into year three. You know what people were saying year three? We're still rebuilding. In a rebuilding year, which I didn't say that. I was done rebuilding. In a rebuild year, we go 12-5. We make it to the NFC Championship game. So Brad Holmes has done this every year. Up, right? Now we go 15-2 record-wise, but we regress as far as the ultimate goal. So now we kind of plateaued. The Lions have hit a point where they didn't go as far in the playoffs, but they had a better record. Which one are you going to pick? Obviously, the NFC Championship game. Nobody cares if we're 8-9, 9-8, and nobody cares about a record if we in the NFC Championship game. So now this year, now what? What are your minimum expectations? And I'll be asking you a lot this season. What are your minimum expectations for 2025? For you to say that this was not a failure. It's going to get old very soon. It's going to get old very soon. Just being there, being this close, almost being there. It's going to get old. And that happens this year. We either make it to a Super Bowl, okay, or you're gonna start seeing some questions be raised about this. I'm not going to put it on Dan Campbell. I got one man in my sights, bro. Yes, he helped build this team, but he's also super stubborn. He's super arrogant. And he's going to also be the person to hold this team back. I'm telling you. Let me see. Brad is never going to emphasize the edge rusher position in the draft or free agency. He signs Darius in the 4 years he's been a general manager. Brad should be making phone calls to the Bengals right now. You know what, Dark Saber? I think he is. Because that's what a smart general manager would do. But is he going to be risky enough to actually make the trade? You get hired. You work for the Rams. You work for the Rams. You take the Detroit Lions job as general manager. The first thing you do is trade away their franchise quarterback for 2 first-round picks. That's the first. They go and they win a Super Bowl. But it wasn't just Stafford. It was Aaron Donald. It was Von Miller. It was Odell Beckham Jr. and many others. You signed Josh Reynolds, who started with the Rams from the Titans to us. You came from an organization that was uber aggressive. Before Matthew Stafford, it was Jalen Ramsey. After Matthew Stafford, they tried to get Brian Burns. And then it came out, they actually tried to trade for somebody else recently and was willing to give up another 2 first-round picks after Brian Burns. And here's the thing that I have to push back with. For all the selling the farm that the Rams did, what did they do? They had one bad year, a Super Bowl, and 2 playoff appearances in which one we beat them. And they were a game away. They went further than us. So all of this stuff about selling the team and all of where did it get the Rams? In 4 years, it got them 3 winning seasons and a Super Bowl championship. They went Super Bowl championship, down year, first round exit via us, second round exit, a Jalen Carter away from going to the NFC Championship game. And what do we do? Since the trade, 3-13-1, NFC Championship game. Well, before that, 9-8, almost made it, and now 15-2, bounced out in the divisional round. Who got the better deal here? All because a guy wanted to be aggressive. All I'm asking for is just a little bit from Brad Holmes. That's it. What picks are you giving up for him? Matter of fact, who? Maurice? If we're talking about Trey Hendrickson, I think the longer the Bengals wait, the least they can get, because he's literally getting older by the day. He's willing to sit out games. I think that it's always been the realm of second or third. The Bengals are outpricing him, and Trey Hendrickson might be outpricing himself as well. So I think it's second and third rounder. We don't have a third rounder, for 2026, so it have to be 2027. I give them 2026 second rounder and a 2020. I give them exactly what the trade proposal was with ESPN. A second and a third for Trey and a fifth. What's up, Chris? Watch for Brian Branch under the new coordinator, and also Arnold and Derek Barnes. This team will look different without AG and being in a good way. I hope so. Derek, I don't think we have to win championships. We're like the Cowboys, as we're so popular now. Win or loss, people will tune in to watch us. We're excited. Okay, Steve, what do you want, bro? We're not talking about non-Detroit Lions fans. We're talking about us, bro. What do you want? I'm tired of being the only NFC team to never go to a Super Bowl. I'm tired of being 90 years old. 91 years old now and never going to a Super Bowl, bro, in 60 years. Okay, it's been around. The championships of 57 mean nothing to me. They don't mean anything to me. Football wasn't even remotely what it is now. It wasn't even around for 50 years at the time. So for me, I'm like, yo, Super Bowls. Nobody ever talks about, sacks weren't even a stat until like the late 80s or something. So the league is evolving. Championships are old, bro. Like the Packers, they want to talk about how many championships they won, how many Super Bowls they got. They got more than we do, right? I think one with Favre, one with Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? So for me, man, it's like, I ain't talking about no pundits. I'm talking about like actual people who invest in the team. Let me see. Brad just sitting on cap space, not utilizing the money now to spend. The Lions won't have the same opportunity in future seasons with all the rookie contracts expiring. Solo, that's all I'm saying, bro. And what I've noticed is that I've been covering this team on this channel for 4 seasons now, and we're going into the 5th season. I've seen the progression of the fan base and how they're starting to kind of sway a little bit. When Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell got here, we didn't know what to expect. All we knew is it was still COVID. It was bite the kneecaps, and we was like, that's our guy. We didn't know what to expect out of Brad Holmes. First year was abysmal. Second year, we didn't really know what to expect either. And then we go 8-2. Now we buying in. Year 3, more the same. Year 3 was substantial. Like we win, we lose, we win, we win 4 in a row. We haven't lost a game, 2 in a row, which I think we do this season. We haven't lost 2 in a row in over 2 years. It's been 2.5. October will be like 3 years that we've lost since we've lost 2 in a row. You can see a gradual change in the fan base. They went from not knowing these guys to buying in to now you're going to see. Now you guys are actually, I've never seen this much criticism in the chat about Brad Holmes or the team since he took over. Year one, you knew it was a pass. There was nothing we could say. We sucked. I mean, we wanted to win a game. That's it, right? So I've seen, which tells me that the fan base is now starting to pay attention to there's some things that need to be done. I think if we trade for Trey Henderson, we win the Super Bowl. Well, if we can lock down a center, if we get 80% of Frank Ragnall's production and we get a pass rusher, I think we can win the Super Bowl. I truly believe that. William says, Al-Qadim Muhammad is a good depth piece. Ahmad Hassanin is a 6th-round pick, also a rookie. I don't want to put all the weight on his shoulders. Well, William, it seems neither does Dan Campbell. What's up, Sean? What's up, bro? Says, I can't lie, Derek. I love being popular. People love us, but of course I want a championship, but it feels good to be loved by many. You know what, Steve? That's because we've been beat down so much, bro. We went from being the team that everybody made fun of to now the team that everybody wants to support, right? But could you imagine? We actually win that thing, man. We stratosphere, bro. I think every content creator that talks Detroit Lions, especially if you were around before they got big, you're going to catapult. Like, you're going to just skyrocket. If the Lions won the Super Bowl, I think everybody would blow up. And I probably would be, let me see, last year this time, I think I was just under 20,000. Man, if we won the Super Bowl, I might grow 20, 30K in the offseason. Like, it'd be crazy. I hit that 100K in no time. Thank you for the follow on IG. Oh, Sean, thank you, bro. I try to follow. If you follow me, I try to follow. I'm going to try to get better on IG too, man. I wear so many hats, man. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Hot take, if Ben Johnson can fix Caleb Williams, then the Bears could really be scary, potentially dynasty. Well, you know what, Camille? I'm going to lay off the dynasty talk for any team that hasn't won in a while. But I agree. If done right, they could be the real deal. They could be the real deal. We break the Dolphins' undefeated record. It's Super Bowl time, and the time is now. Man, Brad gonna have to see me with these hands if we miss the playoffs. Oh, if we miss the playoffs, oh my God. That would be insane. I think anything less than a NFC Championship game, I think the heat gonna rise. I think, okay, if we, like, it's already warm for Brad. When I say warm, I mean expectations. I don't think he's ever going to be fired. That's not what I'm saying. Brad Holmes will not be fired. Will he earn another contract extension? And when I say that, people get upset. But that's a genuine question. Right now, at this moment, he has 3 years left on his deal. In the comments section, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do one more. We're going to do a poll real quick. Okay. As of this moment, and everybody watching this on playback, I want you to put in the comment section. Okay. As of today, would you extend Brad Holmes? Because this is a genuine question. Like, this is a genuine question, man. Darksaber says, I don't care what other fans and teams think about us. At the end of the day, all we want is a Super Bowl. We all want a Super Bowl. Marcus Davenport is already listed as questionable, but do you really think he's going to be healthy or stay healthy? I think not, because the man just can't stay off the injury list. Okay, so we got 107 people in here. We have 19 votes, 20 votes. As of today, would you extend Brad Holmes? We got 80% say yes. I mean, so, okay, how long are you guys extending Brad Holmes? This is crazy, bro. How long would you extend him? How long? So, okay. So Maurice says 2 years. Ray says 10 years. Okay, So you're saying right now, Brad is signed through 2027 and you're already going to extend him? That's insane to me. Everybody should be reevaluated every couple of years. He just got an extension last year. Now, if you guys would have said, let's talk about it next year, that would have been acceptable to me. Because here's what I think. We make a Super Bowl extension. We win a Super Bowl, blank check, right? History, GOAT. I mean, you can't, the first general manager and coach to win a Super Bowl for the Detroit Lions is history. He becomes Mike Tomlin, if you ask me. He's earned carte blanche. Like, until you destroy this team, you are general manager. But he has to earn an extension. He earned one with the NFC Championship game appearance in 3 years. Has he earned another one right now? Really? This is crazy to me. Chris says, got to see the next couple of seasons. Oh, I didn't know he got an extension. Nope, you can't change your vote. Once you vote, it's permanent. I would say a 2-year. Says, I was just eating out the garbage a few years ago, and now we talking about the food is cold. But it's Detroit sports. That's sports, bruh. That is sports. Nick Sirianni, when they were talking about firing him at the beginning of the season, he won the Super Bowl. This is the same coach that was getting in people's faces, and he won a Super Bowl. The NFL stands for not for long. That's why Brad and Dan look 80 years old. They look old, bro. If you go look at their 2020 introductory press conference and look at them now, they look old. It's a very stressful job. I could not imagine, but it's a job they took on, right? He has a job to do. The job is to win the Super Bowl. I hope it is. Or is the job to charge $400 for standing room only? I'm just saying. And I'm on a season ticket list. The Michigan Panthers we had 16,000 people in the stadium. 16,000 people. Oh, by the way, so I kind of figured out, I was looking in the stadium, and I think that I tried to Google how many seats the lower bowl holds at Ford Field. I could not find an answer. So based on where I saw people sitting at Ford Field for the Michigan Panther game, how many was on the home side, how many was on the away side, I would assume that in between the end zones, okay, and I could be a little off, but in between the end zones, the lower bowl is probably 30K. Because I was like, how many people are subscribed to your channel? How many people could fill up the stadium? If everybody that was subbed to Lions Syndicate came to Ford Field, how many seats would be filled? And I came to the conclusion that maybe between the end zones on both sides. C-Pool with the dono, I appreciate you, says, I think the recklessness with draft picks will hurt the Lions in the long run. Brad has traded away 5 third-round picks. Hey, don't forget about this guy. With the 96th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select. You already know. Don't forget about that guy, man. But listen, we are out of time. We've been on for an hour. And we've been on for an hour. Okay. All right, making sure nobody sent me anything. That's why I was mad when we drafted. Speaking of Tesla, where is he at? Where is he at, bro? I mean, he not going to put in no work. I'm just, I don't know. It has come to an end with Brad. I mean, he has to win a Super Bowl. You're going to blow up Derek Truss? Oh, Detroit sports, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. As soon as we win, there's a lot of creators out there, and some I rock with, some I do not. But there's a lot of stand-up, trustworthy guys in this space who not afraid of a little criticism and to criticize the team. I mean, that's why we are here. You know, YouTube, that's why I'm here. So, you know, there's a reason people keep coming to the channel. There's a reason why I upset people, but then they come back. There's a reason why I'm at 30K. There's a reason. So there's a reason why I get the views that I get, because I'm a fan just like regular people. I get mad. I get happy. I want ridiculous things. Like, I'm a fan just like you. We're all fans. I like your takes on Trey Hendrickson. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Derek, for acknowledging my questions and statements. Hey, William, why would I not do it, bro? Why would I not do it? Hey, the thing is, man, I try to, even if we had 100K over here and the chat was flying, I would try to acknowledge as many people as I can. And while we are a small channel, I'm going to try to acknowledge as many people as I can, because I'm going to tell you right now, the comments are crazy. It is hard for me to keep track of the comments. Let me tell you what I have going on. I have another channel that has nothing to do with sports. I just got that monetized in March. I have 4 sports channels. I'm working on another one. I'm starting a vlog channel this season that, like, I am, bro. So I try to, without the viewer, I'm nobody, right? So as far as this, I'm not here without you guys. So I have to try my best to acknowledge. But the comment section is getting super tough to be in. That's why if you are a member, I will heart your comment. I stop hearting people comments, man, because I stop. So if you don't get a heart, don't be offended. But members get hearts because they pay for priority. So, but I give them hearts. But it's not. I was taking the comment section so personal. Like, if you try to diss me in one comment, but then you come back and say something good, like, I don't want to be like, So I stopped hearting comments. That's why I don't heart them anymore. Well, you've never acknowledged me one time. Dirty setup, man. Yes, I have. Speaking of Dirty Money, he's got a podcast. I'm glad you. Let me find this thing, bro. Cause I forgot already. So, what was that, bro? Twitter? You sent that on Twitter, right? Bro, I forget my head if it wasn't screwed on right. All right, so let's go to Dirty. All right, so Dirty Money started a podcast with a couple of his homies. And I want to know okay, so the name of it is Wake Up Sports Podcast. If you guys are interested in some sports content, Detroit takes, and many others, consider subscribing. There it is. Wake Up Sports Podcast. I'm going to run a podcast this year. I definitely want you to be a guest. Hey, absolutely. And if anybody needs help starting a podcast / YouTube channel, I would recommend starting a YouTube channel, man. You can always take your YouTube videos and turn them into audio. So YouTube is the future, man. I got into it before a lot of people did, and it's much more, there's much more competition now, but I would definitely start a YouTube channel. Notice how many people are coming over here. I mean, Pat McAfee started it. Stephen A. Smith, Pivot Podcast, Athlete After Athlete. Kirby Joseph. Kirby Joseph has a YouTube channel that he puts content on. He made one video. It's literally called Kirby Joseph. So if you go to his channel, tell him Syndicate sent you. Last time I checked, he had like 490 subscribers. Kirby Joseph started a YouTube channel. It's the future, man. I'm telling you. With that being said, man, I appreciate. Michael says, have we ever added anyone for real? I don't know what that means. And I appreciate that, Sean. As much money as we're making off those high ticket prices, whose pockets will hurt for the team to go over the cap space if needed to push to that first Super Bowl win? You know what, Solo? We don't even have to do that, bro. Brad has voided contracts. He can make this work if he absolutely wanted to. He can make it work. And don't forget, there was somebody else I didn't add to that list because I expected him to be extended. Aiden Hutchinson. So that is now, if you include Malcolm Rodriguez, that's 7 people. If you don't, that's 6. Hutch, Gibbs, Williams, Branch, Laporta, and Campbell. Wow. This team, I'm going to tell you what, man. There's a lot riding on 2025. There's a lot riding. Brad will never say it. Dan will never say it. I think Dan has done his job. I really believe that. I can see another situation where I'm not saying I want this to happen. I could see another situation where Dan is retained and Brad is not. I know some of y'all mad, but think about it. Dan has done his job. Dan has taken this team with the players even with 21 people injured, we still wound up 15-2. A lot of people want to credit Brad Holmes for that. Dan had to coach those guys, right? And those guys had to play. This is a big year for this regime. I'm telling you, man, if we regress in any way, and to me, I think regression is not making an NFC championship game. If we're healthy and we fall short of the NFC championship game, the heat is going to turn up on this team. Trust me when I say. Hear me when I say. Anyway, I appreciate you guys, man. Remember, stay tuned for eventually I don't know if we'll be on every Thursday during the offseason. We're gonna try. Everything's gonna start ramping up. What I'm gonna try to do is take a lot of this time where there's nothing to talk about to buckle down on the schedule during the season so I can get consistent content on all my channels, prioritize what needs to happen and where it needs to happen and when it needs to happen. The pregame show, the postgame show, we're doing, and I'll say this and we'll wrap up the show. We are trying to branch out this season. What I mean by that is I'm going to email DraftKings about a watch party. The away games, I want to go to 7 of them. I can drive to 6 of them. If I go to Minnesota, I can drive there too. I don't mind a 10-hour drive. California, got to fly there. We are trying to get out of the basement this season. Next year, I'll be a season ticket holder. Here's what I want to do. On Saturday nights, I want to find a location. It can be the same location every week. We do a pregame show on Saturday night because I'll be a season ticket holder, so I'll be going to the games on Sunday. And Saturday night, we do a pregame show from a location. Like, I'm trying to get out the basement, in there with the fans. That's what I want to do, and that's the whole point of this channel. It's always been. And we got some other stuff down the line. So it's going to be some changes coming up. I don't know how long I'm going to be in the basement, but it's time to get out and hit the street, right? That's where I want to be. I want to be out with the people. So we're going to be doing that this year and beyond. In the next 5 years, I want to have I got a lot of plans for the next 5 years. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Watch whatever you're going to watch, and I will catch you next time.